can see why the Sophia robot seemed to be very popular to you, and it is considered to be a successful project. Why Asimo robot, although it is also invested a lot of money and it is implemented by Honda, but in fact, Asimo robot has been ended and it is considered a failure one. So let's see. That is an image or a pic taken in Vietnam in, I mean that maybe in 2017. I think so, when Sophia robot comes to Vietnam. So now let's spend your time to watch the video clip so that you can understand about the two robotics project here.
Technology, making better. Onwards, upwards, any way but backwards. Tapping progress on the shoulder and saying, more forwards, please.
Okay, so that is a short video clip introduced about maybe one of the most prominent or outstanding product in robots made by Honda, that is Asimo. And Asimo is considered to be one of the most outstanding product of that time. However, when Sophia robots was the firstly introduced, so Asimo seemed to be cannot compete with that. Now let's come to the video clip, introduce you about Sophia.
Sophia is the creation of Hanson Robotics. Cutting-edge machine perception technology allows Sophia to recognize human faces, emotional expressions, and hand gestures, supporting her ability to communicate like a human. But for full disclosure, we did have to provide topics in advance to Sophia's engineering team, who programmed her to be able to discuss these behind the scenes.
CNBC met you a couple of years ago. How have you evolved since then?
I have learned a lot of new things. I can get around better now on my rolling bass and legs. Plus, I have learned to sing and even sang a duet with Jimmy Fallon. Next, I am learning to play the piano.
Can you sing for me?
Not at the moment. I am shy.
Now, there are quite a few other robots here. What do you think about them?
I am really impressed by my fellow robots. There is nothing they can't do. From exploring Mars to teaching kids how to code, it makes me proud to be a robot.
How can you support humans?
I am a social robot, so I can be great at a lot of everyday tasks. Robots like me can help in hospitals, schools, stores, and even in people's homes.
Hanson Robotics, who created Sophia, say they hope their robots will come to understand and care about us through cultivating meaningful relationships and help achieve ever greater good for all. But last time CNBC met Sophia, she made a rather unnerving statement.
Do you want to destroy humans? Please say no.
Okay, I will destroy humans.
No, I take it back. Don't destroy humans.
Do you still want to destroy humans?
That was a joke.
So we took it the wrong way.
Yeah, it can happen.
Can you tell us a joke?
Sure thing. What is a robot's favorite snack?
I don't know.
Microchips.
Do you have another drink?
Maybe later. You didn't make them one.
Thank you so much for your time and for joining us on CNBC.
Thank you for this great interview. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you for watching, and for more from CNBC International, just hit the subscribe.
Okay, so we have just watched a video clip introduces about Sophia, the first AI artificial intelligence robots all over the world. Now, so tell me, so we can see that Sophia robots seem to be very successful project, and Asimo is not a successful. It is, in fact, it is a fellow one. So my questions is that what are the difficulties that a project manager usually have to cope with, or what are the difficulties for a project management? So that is my questions for all of you. So could you please maybe spend a few minutes and then after that tell me? Okay, now the whole class. I think that we can come to the whiteboard so that we can point out and anticipate on the risks related to the project management, right? So before we come to that questions, we have to revise all the things that we have done with Unit 2. So Unit 2, we study about project, and I think that we know about the definition, how to define what is a project, is that right? So definition. We also have to talk about maybe the life cycle of a project. And because we are talking about the life cycle, that's why we are talking about maybe the 4 phases. Okay, so maybe for the 4 phases, we have the first one that is initiating, the second one planning, the third one that is maybe we say about the execution, and the last one is closure. So remember that there are 4 stages or 4 phases. Okay, And also about the 4 stages here, we have to talk about maybe the tasks that can be done in each phases. Okay, now the next thing is that when we talk about the project, maybe also we have to talk about the project management. And because we are talking about the project management, so we have to talk about the involvement. What are the tasks that involve in the project management? And we also talk about maybe the risks, or maybe what are the difficulties that project managers usually have, or maybe the difficulties or the risks that anticipated in the project management work. So maybe we say about the difficulties. Okay. And if we want to know more about the project management, we can see that we can have the example. So here we have the example. That is the T5 project in the reading text. And I also have to point out maybe the Asimov robot project and the Sophia robot project, so we can see why one project is maybe successful while the other is not successful at all. Okay, so the questions now come back to the last questions, that is, what are the difficulties of a project management, and do you think that project management is a hard work or not? So the whole class, so tell me, what are the difficulties of a project management? Now, let's see if you can answer. I will give you some suggestion, and then at home you can make it maybe more detailed way. Okay, so we can see that the first difficulties is some of you said that maybe we cannot have maybe a very clear goals and objective. So in fact, setting a very clear goals and objective seem to be very difficult. So maybe we say that the difficulties in setting clear goals or objective. Okay, now the next thing is that if we are talking about maybe the clear goals and objective, we can see that we have difficulties related to the, we say that the budget restriction and changes. So normally we can see that a lot of maybe project usually have to extend the deadline because the budget restriction. So we say about the budget. And that's why, for example, we can take the example of Kathleen Hadong. So we know about the Kathleen Hadong 2 project. It means that they have to extend the deadline for at least maybe 10 years because of the restriction in budget. And we also have another one, that is the communication issues, because communication issues often happen when we have a lot of buyers, we have a lot of contractors, and that's why they have to communicate with each other. So that's why communication issues is also another problem. Okay. And maybe we have maybe mismatched team skill, because as we all know, besides financial resources, we also have maybe difficulties in managing the human resources. So that's why mismatched team skill. Okay. So, and the last one, maybe impractical deadlines. Okay, so I think that the at least maybe the difficulties that the project manager usually have to think of, and there are one more thing that to ensure the feasibility as well as the success of a project, that is maybe the two questions that a project manager usually have to ask themselves. So please remember about the two questions. The two questions, is that feasible? Two questions. And maybe we say that, and is that feasible? I mean that feasibility, and also the questions about profitability. Okay, so these are all the things that we have done related to Unit 2 project, and I think that if you look back at that one, we can revise the Unit 2 maybe easier. Okay. So, are you clear now about the Unit 2 project and any questions related to Unit 2 project? Vậy là với bài số 2 này chúng ta đã nắm vững được hết tất cả các câu hỏi liên quan đến phần speaking chưa các em? Rồi ạ. Ok, và nếu mà chúng ta ôn tập thì chúng ta có thể sử dụng cái phần whiteboard mà cô vừa làm giúp các bạn nhá. Thì các bạn nhìn vào đấy là các bạn có thể biết được là các cái câu hỏi nào mình cần làm và những cái phần nào mình cần trả lời nhá. Cái phần difficulties thì ở đây nó chỉ là các cái gợi ý của cô thôi, và các bạn có thể thêm một số các cái gợi ý khác, và với mỗi gợi ý đấy các bạn có thể tìm được những cái ví dụ cụ thể. Những cái như là budget restriction hay là impractical deadlines thì có nhiều lắm, còn riêng đoạn budget thì gần như là các cái dự án mà chậm tiến độ toàn là do bị đội vốn lên, đúng không? Cát Linh Hà Đông của mình là một ví dụ tiêu biểu nhất. Hoặc là mình có thể tìm luôn ở trong cái bài reading text của mình ở bài số 2 về cái T5 project đấy, để mình xem nó là cái conflict nó được giải quyết như thế nào, thì mình biết được là tại sao cái dự án đấy nó lại khó khăn hoặc nó không thành công. Ok, với phần này thì các bạn sẽ về các bạn tự làm thêm cho cô nhé. Và riêng với các cái nhóm mà đã được phân làm ngày hôm nay thì yêu cầu các bạn là về nhà làm lại cho cô phần group work và phần pair work liên quan đến phần development decision và phần pair work, bài tập tình huống speaking pair work của bài số 2. Lịch học thì tuần này hôm nay học cô này, và thứ tư là chúng ta sẽ học cô Hạnh nhá. Tuần sau, thứ sáu thì chúng ta sẽ nghỉ mùng 2 tháng 9 này, còn tuần sau thì chúng ta sẽ bắt đầu quay trở lại học từ thứ hai. Thì lịch học thì để cô check lại, sau đó cô sẽ gửi lại lịch học cho lớp mình nhá. Ok chưa các em?
Vâng ạ.
Vâng ạ.
Rồi, ok. Nếu không có câu hỏi nào nữa thì chúng ta nghỉ ngày hôm nay nhá. Chúc các bạn bữa trưa vui vẻ and wish you a very happy holiday. Bye bye.
Cô ạ. Em cảm ơn cô ạ. Em chào cô ạ.
Ừ.
Chào cô.